Shine from the Lounge Boys. You know we're gonna say what we want to say, how we want to say it. We always gonna tell it like it is. Straight to the point, no chase. Yo, this come on, let your boy. AKA phone call 1-4 from the Lounge Boys. Check us out each and every Saturday.
It's your boy Pound from the Lounge Boys. Check us out each and every Saturday at 7 o'clock on www.listentodishes.com.
Yeah, it's the Lounge Boys. Best show here, heavy fit for the crown, boy. Wait a line we got now, boy, that's no disrespect. Hard work and determination and Kim on our back and belief this got us set. 20 plus with the friendship, still ain't missing steps. Hey Nick, I say we gon' run this itch till we out of breath. 7 sharp, better tune in. Listen, we gave the station our vision and moved in. Topic to topic, we kill them topics, no loose ends. No matter the topic, y'all only gossip on new trends. Flow butter, that's new Timbs. Team shining like new rims. Y'all need advice, well here's your advice cause we drop gems. We at the top, Tim, this a whole nother chart slim. Bradley he chosen, his interview should be top 10. No telling who walking, got our city, they all in. Head above water, we never trip off no light swim. It's the Lounge Boys callin'.
Yeah. Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Lounge Boys in the building.
Hey, y'all. How you doing? It's the Lounge Boys. The Lounge Boys show right now. We do this each and every Saturday, 7 p.m.
Tell a friend.
Tell a friend, tell a friend. Got all the guys here today this week. We have full strength, and we have a special guest that's going to be on the panel with us today. Aaliyah Payton from Melanin Moments.
Yeah.
That word is
Say that fast 6 times.
Melanin Moments.
Melanin Moments.
She's gonna be up here. She's gonna be discussing topics with us. We have
Topics
a lot of
such as? What are we talking about?
topics such as the presidential candidates and all of our other personal topics that we have, community stuff that we do have to talk about today.
Cool.
So we're gonna get to all that.
Y'all seem dead. Y'all all right?
Yeah.
Everybody all right?
You sure?
Everybody's kind of mundane right now.
Y'all ain't had nothing to drink.
You guys
today,
okay?
I'm tired.
Need some water.
Oh, there we go.
Get him
water.
some milk.
Yeah, he needs some milk. Yeah. So, real quick, as we'd like to observe, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Any of you guys got any issues that you guys need to talk about? I'm a certified therapist on the weekends.
Who we pointing at?
I mean,
That guy on the hand?
just in case anybody.
You need some help.
Oh no, I don't need no help. I'm the therapist. I'm certified.
When you get certified?
I did it online at Harvard. Then I got my degree online at Harvard. So
you and what's the name?
Which means, ladies and gentlemen, his office.
You and Booty. Juicy Booty.
His office is on Facebook.
Black China.
exactly.
In his office hours are from 9 to 9:45.
Exactly.
Send him a message anytime on Facebook.
Nah, don't do
all
that.
hours of the night.
Nah, don't do that.
Send it to him, especially women. Send it.
Especially late night hours.
Exactly. So in community and DMV news, we're going to talk about the DC's Attorney General is going to survey the best practices of cops interacting with black children. I don't know I don't understand what the hell that means. What are they going to survey, and who are they going to survey?
I think what they're going to do is look at film, I guess, from other encounters with little black kids.
And survey it.
So, are they going to be looking to see if the
and
kids
compare
are...
it to their whatever they're doing? I don't know. That's crazy.
I mean,
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I don't really understand that. But you know what? Wait a minute. You know what though? Maybe we might not have any knowledge on it. So we're gonna go to commercial real quick. We'll be right back. We're gonna bring Aaliyah up here. Maybe she has some knowledge on that and she can help us out because we're lost there.
tell the police to call us. Fuck it.
Exactly. So
Police, call us. We know y'all watching us anyway. Call us.
So we'll be right back. It's the Lounge Boys. Yeah.
my God.
All right, welcome back. We are back, the Lounge Boys. We are here. And as you can see,
Nick look big
we
on
have
the
the
screen.
split screen. Nick's looking tall over there.
He even look
PX90
like he gained
workout
some
boy.
weight.
He got extensions in his knees this past week. So
That was a good one, Bradley.
he's living it up. But we got our guest here, Aaliyah Payton. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Can you real quick explain melanin moments?
Spell it.
Is it a
Spell it.
remix in the building?
Right. Well, Melanin Moments is like my brand. I'm doing a vlog, and so I go to different people on the street. I just ask basic questions regarding issues to our community. So, for example, one thing I discussed was sexual abuse within a community with some people, and I have some videos on my Instagram page and on YouTube as well that give their perspective on the issue of sexual abuse and R. Kelly as well. And so, you know, we have different perspectives
Damn,
on
she said
R. Kelly.
as a
Yep.
category.
You know, definitely had to put him out there because he's a big figure in the Black community, and we need to address the issues that he brought upon our community as well.
Awesome.
So,
Damn.
Awesome. So you get out there and speak to the people.
sure do.
So R. Kelly bought that. Not
That's
Bill
what I was
Cosby?
going to say. R. Kelly fucked up the whole United
Y'all
States.
just skipped Bill Cosby because R. Kelly was holding him hostage.
Yeah, y'all just jumped over him and went straight
Right.
to okay. Got you. Well, we
Yeah.
were just discussing something about the cops, interacting with children, and they're saying they're gonna survey and do something now.
Yeah.
What is your opinion or your take on that statement?
Well, the DC general attorney, he's the one who brought up the issue, and he's the one who suggested that there's a survey that just about as far as asking different departments, police departments in the country, as far as how do they handle situations interacting with children. And I believe, he, it's a great thing for him to do that. One, it's addressing the issue. Two, it's creating a solution. And, we must create solutions to problems that we're facing in our community. And since it's a consistent issue, we need to address it immediately. And so of course, you do have some police officers who may not think this is necessary. Yeah. And and that's their own personal that's their own personal opinion, exactly. And so I just believe to keep our community safe, we need trained officers who know how to interact with children. I'm a school teacher. I teach 3rd grade, and I know if I put my hands on a child, I will lose my job and my teaching credentials. So we need to hold police officers to that same standard. And so.
No, I just wanted to jump in on that. One of the things that the police did, Tacoma Park Police did with us, they took us places. They took us to like camping trips and
that's good.
played football with us and softball.
I never went on a
They
trip with the
interacted.
police.
This nigga was interacting with the police.
I've never
That's because you probably was too bad.
never went
He
on a
ain't-
trip with
ain't
the
never did
I
police.
that
mean,
shit
he's the one
neither.
who needs it though. If he's
Exactly. He
he's the
needed it.
worst
That's why he
child,
turned
he's the
out the
one
way he
who
turned
Now I
out.
went on trips with the rec department.
That's why the way he turned out.
I ain't go on
Oh,
The
there.
police took us to, I
Were
think
there,
it's called.
there were police involved.
I
when
think
we
it
was
was-
going with the rec department.
Yes,
Yes,
it was.
they-
Camplets.
The police
Camp Lex,
officers
exactly.
was the ones that was running the recreational centers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You was there.
Nick didn't go to Camp Lex.
Oh,
sorry.
you was there.
never go to Camp
I ain't go.
Never.
Yes, he did.
I never went to Camp Lex.
I don't know nothing about
Never
nothing y'all
been.
talking about.
Right? Me
Never-
neither.
But one of the
Can't
things that but it helped us when the police did come in the neighborhood and they wasn't coming to beat us up or nothing
Yeah,
like that. You know what I'm saying? It was
exactly.
more like, hey, y'all need to get out of here.
But
And we
our
respected them
the police
and they
and
respected
our-
us.
That's
The
great.
police in our neighborhood were actually like neighborhood police. It's different from being in DC somewhere because very seldomly do you have cops that is in one general location for years and years and years and able to build that community.
Yeah.
I mean
That relationship.
that relationship with that community. So
Pretty much.
It's. I mean, where we grew up at was a whole lot different from
Where
these
I
kids
grew up
at.
at.
Where these kids
Where
growing
y'all grew up
now.
at was nothing like where I grew up at. We wasn't doing nothing like that.
Well, tell us about Compton.
Oh,
Well, I ain't grew up in Montgomery County, that's for sure. Northeast and Tacoma Park ain't the same.
All
She's
righty.
Green West Side. She's from Cali, I think.
Are you from Cali?
Yeah.
Burbank.
San Bernardino.
What's up?
Oh, I thought
California.
you-
Yeah.
You from Burbank? Do they have a symbol?
No.
I know she ain't throwing no gang sign.
It's like the general, California
Okay.
side.
Okay.
It's not gang affiliated,
Okay.
Trying to figure out what's next.
All right, what's next?
So we're gonna move on to music and movies. So we're gonna talk about something I know absolutely nothing about.
Country music.
No, Avengers. the Avengers Endgame. Anybody see that movie?
No.
Hey, I actually
Don't give away no
I
spoilers.
promise I was just watching it
It was
before I
good.
left the house.
All right, hold on then.
I was just watching
Hold
it
that
before-
thought.
I was
he
at
got
the
a fire
movie
stick.
theater watching it before I left the house.
Yeah,
Hold
right.
that thought.
But I didn't end up finishing, but I watched the majority of it.
I'm gonna catch it this week.
No, it's good.
I tried to
recommend
get
it.
tickets for that.
I recommend it.
The I
And
picked in
they said
Bethesda, and
broke
it was
all
sold out.
records, too.
But the thing about it is, if you don't know about I didn't start it. I don't know about all the characters. Like if you don't know about it, it kind of doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah,
That's
it's something you got to do. Instead of watching what's that shit called? They get that
Game of
everybody-
Thrones.
Game, yeah.
I don't know nothing
He don't know
about
nothing
that.
about that. Hey,
The
see,
game-
look, y'all
the game- the game
y'all
of
gonna stop
thoughts. Instead of watching
disrespecting
the
good
game of
shit.
thoughts.
Now, with the
Watch the,
Avengers and
Avengers.
stuff, it all goes back to comic books as well. Because coming up for me in school, we used to read comic books instead of reading our books that we supposed to be studying.
Yeah, I read comic.
Yeah,
I collected
so,
comic
like
books.
Wolverine and the Avengers and Spider-Man, and Incredible Hulk.
Spider-Man's an Avenger.
Yeah.
Oh
Captain
shit!
America, all of them, you know what I'm saying?
What are the Avengers? All Marvel, right? And what's the
That's
name is
Marvel.
Other way
DC.
around.
DC is
DC is the Avengers and Marvel is the X-Men.
No,
no
Marvel.
Marvel
is the
is
Avengers.
X-Men is DC.
See, yeah.
Yeah,
And
X-Men is
Batman.
Marvel too, though.
is it?
Yeah.
Man, I don't
DC,
know.
yeah.
Well, Batman and Superman is DC.
Batman and DC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Batman
no, that's
and Superman
DC.
DC.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. We don't know too much about this white stuff.
Moving on. So we're gonna get into the big topic of the day. We're gonna talk politics and world events, and we're gonna talk about the candidates that are running for the 2020 election, and there is plenty of them. We didn't put all of them on the list, but like we said, if anybody has anything to say about one that's not on there, we'll go about that once we get to the end of our list. So we're gonna start with Kamala Harris. So what I want to do is I want to get everybody, people who know or want to say something, give us a quick synopsis of how you feel about that person, and then we'll move on. All right? Actually, no. Start on this side, ladies.
All right.
Yes. Kamala.
Well, I think she's just a black token, in the presidential race, She can identify with AKA, the sorority. She can identify with the black community in D.C. because she went to Howard. And so she's using that to her advantage, but necessarily she wasn't for the black community before she entered the race.
No.
Nope.
Because she was a prosecutor, and she put a lot of black people in jail.
Don't she hold like the record for prosecuting
Yeah,
black
she's-
people in California?
Yeah, she's the leader of that.
So is she nationally known?
I wouldn't say so,
Yeah,
us-
not really.
Yeah, because I don't think she's nationally known. So she ain't gonna win.
I mean,
Well, I mean, before, wouldn't you like, what is that she said is her political agenda?
you said, what did she say as her political agenda?
Yeah,
Three strikes, you're out.
what's her agenda? You know what I'm saying?
Well, a lot of her stuff is like she wants to legalize the marijuana. She wants to do the whole legalization of marijuana. She also wants
Immigration
to
is a big thing as well for her.
she also wants to do legalizing sex trafficking. I mean, not sex trafficking.
Well, we can go to the next one now. That's enough of that. Next, okay. You say you don't say no more, bro, but just let it go. We already know she trying to legalize weed. That's all we need.
Sex workers.
Take that big goat.
She wants to be for,
Throw that away.
Yeah, sex work.
She wants
Make
to
it more
legalize sex working.
Yeah, so like the girl.
She wants to legalize prostitution, in other words.
Yeah, in other words, she wants to legalize prostitution for people who want to do it the right way, and you have consenting adults.
But why is it illegal? Prostitution.
That's how she feels.
But
Like,
where did
why
y'all
it's
get
illegal?
this agenda from? I'm still trying to find it.
But the problem is that if the sex trafficking get caught up in that because it's all one thing. So she's trying to make the divide, and then that's one of them things I think you can't
That's a blurred
principle
line,
really.
yeah.
You can't.
But I think when it comes to like the politicians look at shit as like it's all how I can generate money, how we can generate money, and selling sex is a big business, just like selling weed is a big business.
You're right.
So anytime they can get their hands in on it, then I mean,
That's a
I
good
think
point.
they on.
That's
They
a good
on.
point.
So she hold on. She talking about taxing it?
I'm about to
You
say.
gonna tax it.
Oh, she's going to
You
tax
gonna
it.
tax it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
you out here prostituting, you got to pay your taxes.
Sex is
Crazy.
a big business.
Or we
Talking
revoke your
taxing
we gonna
every
revoke your
motherfucking
prostitute license. Get caught out here with a suspended prostitute license.
So I don't know how that's gonna go
Wow.
with Kamala, and she's half Jamaican. Hey Kamala, that's the only thing I like about you, to be honest with you. But other than that, we'll We'll see.
She a light-skinned Jamaican though. You know, you trust light
She
skinned
bougie,
Jamaicans.
yeah, she bougie. She live uptown in
Yeah,
Jamaica.
yeah.
She live in a nice part of Kingston.
Oh Lord.
All right, so
Who's next?
let's move on. Next, Joe Biden. Let's start with Timmy. How you feel about Joe Biden? Do you know who he is?
He's cool with me. I like him.
Oh shit, never mind.
Oh,
like
no.
the guy.
Somebody
I'm
do
about
their
to start feeling like
research.
I'm about to start feeling like Shaq in here. But it's supposed to be 1, 2, 3, not 1, 2 back to 1.
Exactly.
Dumbass.
Nick, how you feel about Joe Biden?
I don't like Joe.
Why?
I don't like Joe's policies. I don't like what Joe stands for. Like I think a lot of people like Joe, and a lot of people are going to vote for Joe because he was Obama's vice president. But I mean that has nothing to do with his policies and the things that he will probably bring forth as a presidential candidate, though.
But go ahead. You have something?
No, I agree with him. Because since they can associate Joe Biden with Barack Obama, and so that's where the popularity comes from. And so he's using that to his advantage as well. You know, it's a smart move. You know, as far as and I even read an article but as far as him getting Stacey Abrams as vice president. But you know, of course, at first I was like, oh yeah, you know, but then I had to really think about it. You know, he's trying to use her to his advantage so he can get the black vote as well, even though he's done several things
Everybody
in the
got
past.
a little game.
But the thing about it is, my issue is, I was one of those people too, where I did look at his past, and he did write that bill that that Bill Clinton enforced when he was in office. I got a lot of low level and high level drug dealers, 20 years plus, and it was actually originally called the Biden bill. That's what it was originally called, the Biden bill. But when he had gave it over to Clinton, he took his name off of it.
It was a criminal violation.
The thing about it is, all of us were different people in our past. We've all done stuff we hadn't liked, things that we haven't done. Joe done came out, and Joe is, of course he was with Barack. He was running around with Barack, and I didn't see anything that would make me feel a certain way about him. Of course, his policies back in the day were terrible, and the things that he did was terrible. But who's to say that he's not a different man and he's a changed man now? That's just how I feel about it.
You don't believe that shit yourself.
Are you the same person you was 10 years ago?
As far as growing and becoming an adult.
Are you the same person you was? I know I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago.
Okay, good.
I'm just telling you that people do change.
I don't think I am.
You talking about politics,
10
though?
years ago.
No, people
You talking
change.
about-
People's
you talking about-
views change.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying. And then the whole Anita Hill thing. That's another thing they're dragging on because
Man, he's a creepy dude too, man.
Yeah, I've seen the videos.
Let me
Hold
no.
on.
Let me explain something.
He's a creepy dude,
I'm happy
man.
you brought that up. I'm so happy you brought that up. Now, they were talking about Joe, and I saw the videos of Joe. He'll hug people. He'll kiss them on the back of the head. He'll do stuff like that. Mind you, Joe is an old-ass man.
Yeah.
Like, back in the day, that was fine. There was nothing.
You let
there
an
was
old
nothing-
man kiss you in the back of the head?
No, listen, there's nothing sexual about it. Do you remember? Listen, do you remember when Calvin used to hug us and Calvin would kiss us on our head? Calvin would do it all
From
the
the
time.
front. He ain't never hugged you from the back and kissed you on your head.
Okay, regardless.
He didn't hug her.
It
He
ain't
didn't
no-
hug her from the back.
Man, he grabbed her shoulders and caressed her.
Okay, that was.
Man.
You've never done that.
Go ahead. If that's the shit that you like, that's what you like.
I'm saying
If
is,
you like running up behind women and grabbing their shoulders and kissing them on their
Fellas,
what about if you? What
next.
about this? What if you don't even kiss them on the back of their head? What if you just rub your nose through their head like you smelling their head? That ain't creepy.
you sound like a
Which is
pervert.
cre-
Let's
which is-
keep moving.
hold on.
Next.
That's what he do though.
what's creepier, that or grabbing by the pussy?
I mean, no, listen. We're not, you can't compare
What's the
anybody.
difference?
You can't compare anybody to the rattlesnake that's in office right now.
What's the
You can't
difference
compare
if they both
anybody to
sexual
him.
harassment maneuvers?
I'm just saying that's how I feel about it. But we all have an opinion. Next, we're gonna go to Cory Booker.
Ain't that the comedian?
Token black
Like I
dude.
said, is that the comedian? Somebody didn't do their research.
Oh, that's a dude from Virginia?
No,
No,
Jersey.
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 You know what I'm talking
You
about?
know what?
I
I
don't.
like him.
You
But
like
he's just
him?
not
You like Corey?
popular. You know, he just doesn't
Why?
have a
I don't
following.
think he gonna
You think
win.
so? Well, see, my
Yeah,
problem is
that's my thing.
he's one of those guys where one of the biggest things he talked about during his campaigning is how many Twitter followers he has. That he has 4 million Twitter followers. Not we don't want a showman in there. Like, I mean, we have a terrible showman in there now, but we don't need nobody who's coming in there now because he wants to enlighten us about his followers and he wants to. I think he wants to be popular. That's just
Yeah,
my
that's the
opinion on
thing,
Cory
since
Booker.
he doesn't have that following.
Yeah, I just feel that's me. Okay.
He's gonna have to bring somebody like a real known politician to run with him in order for him to actually.
Yeah, he's
win.
gonna have a hell of a somebody to run with him.
That's what everybody else doing.
Besides the things that they tell y'all, right? The stuff that you read or something that you heard him say, what track record have you seen of these people for what they have done in their community and as the senators that they are now? What changes have they done where they're at for you to even say you want to vote for them?
Oh, Cory Booker.
Cory
in
Booker
Jersey,
big in Jersey.
He turned Jersey around. Turned Jersey around. Like Jersey was. I don't know if you know about Jersey, but there's a lot of places in Jersey that were horrible. The mayor of there was a mayor of Camden, New Jersey, one of the crookedest mayors that ever was, and Cory Booker was one of the people that stepped in, and he was one of the people that made the changes in there, was helping get him out, helping change the city around. The mayor was damn near dealing drugs in Camden, but Cory Booker came in there, and he people in Jersey.
So he helped get somebody locked up.
They love him and hate
That's
him.
one.
Listen, what do you mean help get somebody locked up? What do you mean?
Yeah, that's somebody.
No,
I guess he's saying-
pushing out
what I'm
bad.
saying-
He
what
pushing
I'm
out
saying though is
bad politicians.
he got one bad politician out, right? What else? Give me some other things besides that one good thing.
He has been the whole gentrification that they're doing now. He has been out there with the local people in Jersey, including some rappers, trying to make it so that they make some of the housing there.
All right, that's
affordable.
good. That's what I'm. These are things I'm talking about, though, for me to understand why you can sit here and say I'll vote for Cory Booker. Now you're giving me some background behind Cory Booker.
All right, but I'm not supposed to be giving it to you. We're supposed to be giving
No,
it to
I'm
them.
saying though, if we give that's what, not only are you giving it, if you're giving it to me and the people watching us, they receive.
I mean, yeah, but we're here to be informal about the situation. And
right, but so I don't know Cory Booker. Our first time I ever seen the man was on the screen,
Oh,
and like you
okay.
saying, you seen some of his things. So I'm asking,
yeah.
I want to know. So when the paper come up, and if I go, I'm gonna be sitting there looking like.
who this person is. Oh, and another thing, a big thing about it is we sit here and we'll tell you everything we tell you and say our opinions and everything, but do your own research.
Yeah.
That's first and foremost, do your own research. This is all opinion based. So, boom, let's move on to this old sorry. Elizabeth Warren. Oh, you know she's 70. 70.
She's very knowledgeable.
She look 80.
Exactly.
How do you feel about Elizabeth?
I
Wrong
like
with
Elizabeth
Bernie
Warren.
Sanders.
She's actually one of my favorites. And it's because she is very vocal for the minority community, including the black community, and then also for middle class, workers, and also for students who are paying back their student loans. And she didn't mention reparation, and of course, that's a big topic.
Everybody.
But
That's
everyone
what's been
mentions-
bothering me a lot. Everybody.
Everybody keep asking for reparations.
Yes, it is a large topic, and it's something that's like, okay, well, it will never happen. Yeah, but my thing with reparations is like, as long as a politician is investing in the community, not giving out free money, but investing in a community that and uplifting it. So
I have a quick question for
Aaliyah.
But all this. How many years have you been, researching this politicians and stuff like that?
Elizabeth Warren, or
No,
just in
in
general?
general.
Probably about like 3-4 years,
Okay,
just
let me-
in college, just trying to
Let me ask you this: how many
understand.
presidents really stood with what they was preaching before they got elected?
You're right. I mean, of course, it was just Barack Obama when I was really. Of course, it was just Barack Obama when I was.
Did he stick by everything he said?
In college, and I was still learning about Barack Obama and like his policies and what he was doing, and a lot of the things I actually found out was that, okay, I don't even support this stuff, and so it's like, and like you said, do your research as far as the politicians that you want to support, that's supporting the community as well, and also use different resources, don't just go to one source,
All of them lie though.
It's crazy
So
because
how
it's just
can
like
you really?
That's what politicians do.
I know, but so
Yeah,
what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is like Gam said, the Cory Booker dude. Oh, he did this, he did that. Now he's gonna come out and say, hey, I'm gonna do this for y'all, I'm gonna do that for y'all. How can
and
you
then
really?
They all do
trust
that.
them.
I know, but how can you really trust anything on body to vote for him?
Well,
That's
listen.
the hard part.
Well,
It's
listen.
Less of two evils.
I think it's more, and it's more so like you want to get somebody in there that can stand firm on the local people that you elect. You know what I mean? Like you can elect whoever you want as a president, but when you start like voting for your senators and your mayors and all that. Those are the people that you really look for to actually make a change in your communities.
I got a question. I got a question for all y'all then. Since we talking about them on that particular level, since you have been voting, we all been voting for maybe a little while now. Since you've been voting, for the people that you have voted for, has any vote that you casted or anything that you tried to vote for made a change in your life beyond healthcare? Outside of healthcare, everybody knows that healthcare
is a major one.
So I'm taking healthcare off the board. We already know our families benefited very much from healthcare. What other like policy that somebody set in place in your local government did you make prosper from? Or
listen, you're speaking to a panel of
speed bumps,
black people. I don't know about everybody here, but the first time I voted was when Obama was running.
And you ain't voted since?
I voted before.
I didn't vote. I didn't vote before that. Is what I'm saying.
I understand.
Before that.
Okay.
But it was the first time I voted.
So that was the first time you ever said I'm gonna vote.
No, but I'm saying for your question, I can't tell you that because
you never voted.
I didn't vote before them, so I didn't know what they were doing because it didn't matter to me at the time.
And my thing is not that I'm voting for something that directly affects me, but that can change someone else's life as well, So I'm not gonna say, well, how can this benefit me? No, it's like, okay, how can this benefit a family that needs food and money, When you talk about, taking away government assisted programs, it's like, okay, I may not need government assisted programs, but there's a family that does. Mm-hmm. So I'm voting for this person that supports that and is going to push that agenda.
It ain't always about you.
Right?
It's not always about yourself and what's going to help you.
Exactly.
So real quick, finishing off with Elizabeth Warren real quick, my only issue is she says that she won't take any money from billionaires for her campaign. Now, mind you, Elizabeth Warren they call her the watchdog of Wall Street, where there's nothing but a bunch of billionaires and a bunch of millionaires. So I feel like it's a conflict of interest, and I don't believe that she would not take money from them, but...
So who money she want then? Middle class?
I mean, if she is the watchdog for Wall Street, she probably wouldn't take money from
so she gonna take it for the middle class.
Well, who's she gonna get it from then?
I mean, you get it honestly the way that you supposed to. Well, the way that they supposed to have it set up for you to get it, like campaign funding. I think I read that you're not even supposed to get more than $1,000 or something from.
Yeah, there's a limit on it.
Yeah,
there is a limit on it, but people.
So $1,000.
So you mean to tell me if a billionaire give you $1,000, you ain't gonna take it?
No, but these billionaires be giving out like $3-4 million, and you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to do that.
Supposed to take that.
And then mostly these wealthy individuals, they endorse the people who are gonna, benefit them.
Right.
So they don't care about the lower class, And so that's an unfair advantage as well.
They damn sure don't. All right, who's next?
Next is Beto. Beto O'Rourke.
We already know he.
Oh, wait a minute.
There he is. That was Bernie.
Listen, he's a little bit younger than Bernie.
I thought he was Mexican or something.
Yeah, so this guy, I don't really know much about. I know he ran against Ted Cruz in 2018, correct?
And lost.
In Texas and lost.
Okay.
He's focused on immigration reform. That's one of his biggest things. And, of course, once again, marijuana legalization, which I think that's my issue. A lot of people are running on the marijuana and the reparations. Mm-hmm. And I feel like there's a lot of...
That's how you going to get black people at the polls.
But that's what I feel like that's what they're doing. It's like this is how they're going to get black people...
We going to give you something, and if all you got to do is vote for me.
Yeah, so...
but then they're going to say that, but then they're not going to do it.
They're not going to give them shit.
Yeah. So I don't know. Anybody have anything to say about him? I don't really.
Yeah, I'm not really.
Adios, amigos.
Moving on. Bernie, might be the oldest candidate. Sanders,
the one who marched with Martin Luther King.
Bernie, a good dude, man. I'm rocking with Bernie. Yeah.
That's Turtle's man.
I was always
right
rocking with Bernie.
I'm rocking
He's getting
with
a little
Bernie,
old,
man.
So,
I mean, listen, when you're a president, it puts like 30 years on your life, period. True. Obama started off looking about 28, and he left office looking about 60-something.
But you know what's weird? The person who ran Bernie, because Bernie's last campaign was good. He just didn't follow through with it. Like, Bernie could have made some noise. But the person that ran his campaign is running Joe Biden's campaign this time around.
Yeah, Biden's going to lose, though.
I mean, I don't know who's gonna win or who's gonna
I don't-
lose, but it's
oh,
just
I don't know if y'all know it. Sorry to cut you off, but
No, go ahead.
Trump is going to win again.
Oh, I know that. I know that. Just in case y'all didn't know.
He's going to win again.
I don't
gonna
want to
win
think
again.
about that.
You know why?
And I've told people that.
You know why?
Why what?
Because he runs on a campaign of hate, and this country was built on hate.
There you go.
No, I think also it's because there's such a split and division within the
Within the
Democracy
Democrat,
Party.
yeah,
In the
yeah.
Democrat
So it's like
Party?
there's so many candidates and it's like so many split votes.
Yeah.
And
So
who's
it's like we're
running
not
against
unified.
Trump?
And Trump, they have one agenda.
I don't even
Make
think it's
America
that.
great again.
I
That's
just
their
think it's-
only agenda.
I just think it's the electoral policy is gonna make him
They
win.
trying to change that.
That shit is
supposedly.
horrible.
Yeah,
And-
they're trying to change it.
And if Bernie gets in there, because you know Bernie is one of those people that's going for the whole free college tuition thing. He's going for that, and he's going for the Medicare for all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Bernie's not a bad. It's just I don't know. I
You
know
think he going to
age-
get in there and drop dead?
I'm scared of.
Like, sign his bill.
He gotta have He needs to have a great vice president. That's what I'm
Yeah.
He
saying.
needs to have
Whoever
a
it
very
is.
good agenda for the black community, set alone. Each one of these candidates, that's what I want to hear each one of them say.
If Hillary would have ran and made Bernie Sanders her vice president, she would have won. She would have beat Trump.
She definitely would
She
have.
definitely would have
She
won.
beat Trump. But
No.
Bernie supporters were like, man, well,
Yeah, it was
Bernie
either
ain't
Bernie
gonna
or
win. So
nothing.
we not,
Hey, look,
yeah, we
you
not
know
switching.
why I
Bernie or
don't. You know why I disagree with you on that one? The white man don't want to see a woman president yet. I don't care what color she is. They not
Yeah,
ready.
he didn't.
They
You
wasn't
think
ready
the
for
white
that.
man wanted to see a black president?
They not ready.
We forced that issue,
They
though.
forced that. They couldn't stop that.
We
That was
forced that issue.
was coming. It was time for that to happen. Right now, they
I
are
don't know
not
about
prepared to
that.
see a woman as the chief commander.
Hey, real quick, we had a viewer said that she did benefit off of tax reform as a small business owner.
Awesome.
That's
So,
good.
I mean,
Congratulations.
And another thing, she said something like what Ty said. Don't base your opinion on their campaign agenda. It's better to look at what they did before. And that's, I think did Ty say that?
Yeah, I did.
I think Ty said that. So those are good points.
But
to
Yeah,
see.
those are good points.
That's a question. That's a tough one. But real quick, we're gonna go to a commercial.
All right.
Are
we
going
got
to
one
commercial?
more. Pete.
Are we not?
No, we
Pete.
got one more. We got Pete. Pistol Pete.
Pete
Nah,
Buddington
we gotta have more than one more because we gotta talk about some people that's not on here. But we'll talk about Pete real quick. Anybody got anything to say about Pete? I don't have nothing to say about Pete.
Bye, Pete.
No, somebody has something to say about Pete.
Nick, what you got
Man, I
about
don't know anything about Pete.
Pete?
I didn't even know his last name.
How do you even say this shit?
Butt kicker.
Butt
Yeah,
tick.
But jiggity.
All right, let's go to commercial break. We'll be right back after these.
We'll talk about Pete when we get back. We'll be right back.
All right, Pete.
welcome back. Lounge Boys here. We still got Aaliyah here. Aaliyah Payton is still here. She's with us.
Yeah.
We're still
She's
talking.
been kidnapped.
Still talking some presidential candidates.
I thought we was talking.
On the last one we were going to talk about was Pete Buttigieg.
Nah,
Buttigieg.
I think it's like Buttigieg or whatever his last name is.
Booty.
Now, Pete is the first openly gay married man to run for president. Also the youngest. He's 37 years old. I'm older than him. I feel a way about that, and I know I shouldn't. Right now, he is the mayor in South Bend, Indiana. And
How many people live in Indiana?
and yeah, he's he fought in the war. He fought in the Afghanistan war, and I'm not too sure. I haven't really heard his policies or anything going on. Anybody know anything about Pete or heard anything about Pete they want to say?
I don't know about Pete.
Reparations, of course, everybody. So real quick,
I was looking at all candidates and said reparations is the number one thing they running.
Bye, Pete.
So real quick, last one I want to throw in there was a guy that I saw him do an interview, Andrew Yang, and he was talking about giving every American $1,000 a month.
Oh shit.
Every last one $1,000 a month. He also wants to legalize marijuana, all that good stuff.
Who don't?
So his
extra $1,000 a month.
An extra $1,000 a month. So a crazy thing about him too, he is one of the, what do they call that out in California? The tech place, something Valley. Silicon Valley. He's one of them guys. Mm-hmm. A lot of his donations have been coming in the form of Bitcoin. So he's been he's been getting a lot of Bitcoin donations, and he has a lot of money. So he's pushing his own agenda. But he's another young man who, I think, if he puts his policies and the right things together, because he's a financial guy and he's a money guy. So I think he would be somebody that might be to look
that's
at.
What we need. We need a Democrat that's a money guy.
Somebody that's a money guy.
We usually get all Republicans that's the money
need somebody
guys. We need a Democrat.
And the thing about it is, too, as we close this presidential conversation, is my whole view is everybody is so worried about fighting Donald Trump, trying to put Donald Trump in jail, trying to do all this and that. And I think everybody should focus more on your policies and your agenda for the next election. So I don't think trying to put him in jail and throw him down and spite him and put dirt on his name is not going to do the trick.
But you can't stop what you're doing in regards to him doing wrong. That continues. When the people get ready to come up for an election again, that's a whole nother term that starts at a different time. If up until you get somebody new in there and he done did all this stupid stuff, you still got to press him for that. It's like you get caught for weed, right? Mm-hmm. And you running for maybe something in the neighborhood, and before you're the mayor, you get caught for weed. Mm-hmm. Before you get your term is up, you still gotta get tried for the weed charge, right?
Yeah, but the thing about it is we have evidence and proof that no matter who goes up there and testifies on Capitol Hill or who says this or who has recordings, he's not going nowhere. So no.
But that's because he's the president right now.
But listen, you get that in your mind. Once you have that in your mind frame, like there's nothing I can really do. This guy is Teflon Don actually right now. He's Teflon Don. Don't worry about trying to bring him down. Worry about what you can do to make people
beat him.
So you can beat him. Or people want to. Yeah, you trying to fight him. We've seen this. This doesn't work. This doesn't work. I actually worked the damn Mueller testimony. I had to sit in there for 3 days, and it was the most boring thing I ever seen in my life. I'd never seen nobody just blatantly tell on somebody who was their friend and just sit there for 3 days and tell everything on somebody. But
now you in politics.
I mean, hey, I was.
Now you in the politics, brother.
I was pushed into it. Anywho, now,
but a lot of people gonna go with the lesser evil. Who is a lesser evil?
Exactly. That's what y'all got to figure out on your own. We're not here to do that. Y'all got to do that yourself. So let's get out of politics. Let's shake off the politics because that gets a little tense.
I wish you sit still. You up here sound like a little mouse running.
And is that my chair?
Hell yeah, I could have.
Who else moving that much, man?
Still, nigga.
Twerking in this seat over there.
Motherfucker.
I'm enthusiastic about the Democratic elections.
Yeah, right.
All right, let's hit some of our topics of the day. Let's start at our first one. It says, why are women so quick to call out a broke man, but not an abusive man?
Because they scared.
That's
It ain't funny, but
you laughing, but that I think half the time.
I don't mean no harm.
What's Aaliyah? What's your take on that?
Well, I actually wrote something on it, and for a woman to call out a broke man is because, one, she is so prideful that she needs someone to knock down in order to lift herself up.
Yes.
And so it makes her feel more entitled, it makes her feel more powerful when she knows that a man cannot financially support her. And so, and it's a selfish reason, you know? And as far as not calling out a abusive man, it is out of fear. Mm-hmm. And then I also think it is also out of pride as well, because once someone abuses you, they take that power away from you. Mm-hmm. And it's like you need to find yourself in order to heal from it. And so a lot of women, they don't want to expose that man because like they're exposing their weakness as well. Mm-hmm. And so I believe that's why a lot of women, they'll quickly call out a broke man, you know, to make themselves feel more powerful. But then when a guy abuses her, that takes away her power.
And what's one of the most prideful thing in a man? Money, power.
Mm.
Yeah.
You take them to. You don't get the power without the money.
Yeah.
You snatch them two away from a man, or you know, tell him that he ain't got them financial gains of a man, and you just cut him off at the knees.
I know, cause it's weird to me. Like I see, cause I'm a comment reader. I that's what I do. I'm a comment reader.
Me too.
So I be on IG sometimes and I look, and it's like you see. First of all, you see a lot of these women. They are on vacation 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Like I want to see a picture of you in a cubicle. I want to see you doing something. But my thing about it is you've never posted a picture of you having a job. So for you to have the nerve to sit there and call a man broke or call a man something, you know, that's kind of bugs me a little bit about it.
And you know, it's crazy. Now I was saying it's also crazy because the culture now is that women are trying to get the money from a man. So I'm like, how are you gonna expose a broke man, but you're trying to chase after a man for his money, you know?
Strictly
so it's
for
like
his
that's
money.
Contradicting, and it is making yourself seem like you are just
Gold digger,
manipulative.
say it.
And
Say it.
So I don't agree. I like to call out toxic traits within women as well, because I'm not the type to be like, okay, feminism, you know, I'm gonna support every woman, you know, niggas ain't shit and all that crap. You know, it's like, no, like we need to realize the toxic traits within ourselves as well, you know.
Cash at me for it.
But yeah, and so, you know, a lot of women are feeding into this agenda, and like the music is, you know, supporting it as well. And it's like you really have to stop and like, okay, is this something that I want my son and my daughter to listen to and feed into and, you know, be able to live off of? It's like, no, I want my daughter to make her own money and be independent, but not be domineering as well, you know? Like, but, you know, that's another.
No. But you know that makes sense, because I think that is a problem nowadays, is that they are glorifying finding a man with money and da-da-da. Like that's the thing that's glorified
and then
now.
still knocking him down, like find him with money and then still manipulate him and still degrade him. It's like
exactly.
Even some of them are glorifying begging for money.
Yeah.
When they
Let me
say,
tell you something.
hey, here's my Cash App.
Listen,
They made that damn shit. Whoever made that, they did wrong.
That
This
is
is my Cash App. That's the first thing you hear.
But
Like,
that
damn.
bothers me so bad. Like I see a lot of girls now on their profiles, they got their Cash App name up there. And this is my thing. You're saying this is my Cash App name, you can send me money, and on the other hand, you're gonna tell me I'm broke.
Yep.
Exactly.
If you don't
You a
send
bum
that
ass
money,
nigga.
But
That's what I say. Like
you have to do
So
something.
you must be
to
broke
them.
begging for the damn money.
Exactly.
You
I
evidently
gotta
did
come
something
back
that they
for all
didn't
that.
do.
I don't know. Just call me broke or something. I will go through all your page and your pictures and pick your ass apart. Call me anything you want. Just step out of line any way possible.
Yeah, but also as men need to hold themselves accountable as well. You know, why would you feed into a woman who's just asking you for money? You know,
Exactly.
why would you waste your time and your energy
Shut it down.
and then try to, you know, insult her because she's taking advantage of you? You know, you gave her that opportunity to take advantage of you.
You can only poke a wounded dog for so long before he try to bite you. You guys gotta accept that as soon as you keep going for X, Y, and Z for so long, something is coming back at you. So if you feel like you got to a point where you want it, let it go before he turn around and bite. Like Nick said, go ahead. How many pictures you got up here? We're going to go through each and every one of these.
Exactly.
And why women don't post the pictures of the men that take them on vacation? You seen my post?
Yeah, they never do that.
Never take.
They never do that.
And you know what's crazy? I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. So I went to leaving from California. I had to fly to Vegas because somebody booked the flight instead of from LAX to LAS. So had to go to Vegas in order to fly back. But so we stayed in Vegas that night and flew out that morning. So the morning flying back, I seen a girl that looked familiar. I'm like, I think I know her. So it really didn't come to me until I actually got in like the baggage claim area and was like, oh, I do know her. Then I seen the dude she was with. I was like, yeah, that's the shit I be talking about.
But see,
not to judge a dude. But I mean, go for what you know. If you gonna spend that money, do your thing.
That nigga might be
but
winning
I
that-
am saying
that
this
way.
though, he could have been Biz Marquis twin.
Damn.
Right.
But he could be winning at the same time, though.
You're absolutely right.
That
That's
could
what
be
I'm saying.
side
I ain't judging I ain't do your thing. But as a female, don't act like you out here doing the super. If she'd have took pictures and been on vacation, took pictures with the dude, and like, yeah, me and baby, well, whatever, then that's what it is. But don't be trying to hide who taking you on vacation because you know like he really ain't up to the standards of who you really trying to attract on Instagram or Facebook.
She might be winning, bro.
It could be her. It could be her side dude. So
she could.
She trying to skunk her groove.
He could have paid for it.
You know we
He
need to
did
do?
pay for it.
She winning.
You know what we need to do this week? Like this week, so for preparation for next week's show. Like anything you see like ludicrous or crazy on social media, screenshot it. Hold on to it.
Shit.
I still got some on my phone. The first thing I
somebody gonna be
screenshotted
mad at
was
me.
when a girl put up. I mean, we can blur faces. We do all that. But the first thing I did was when I seen a girl put up her little Cash App name. That was the first time I had seen that, and then after that, I saw it constantly.
It was like,
So yeah, so that's what we're gonna do this week.
Well, what kind of women are you following then?
Following the women that when you go to search.
Honestly, because
and
I have.
Don't answer that. Don't answer
No,
that.
because you have to hold yourself accountable as well. And it's crazy because there's a conversation between me and this guy, and he was saying like, "Oh, I wouldn't want my wife to expose, herself and post all these butt pics and all that." But I'm like, so I wouldn't want a guy who's following those type of women either, because one, it's allowing you. I mean, it's like, why would you say you wouldn't want a girl like that, but you're still following those type of women?
And liking the
That's for eye candy. That's just for eye candy. Like
Why do you think it
we're
looks
men.
good?
But still, you cannot degrade. And then still, if that's still eye candy, if that's your preference, whatever, you can't degrade a woman who's doing that to get your attention, because that's how she makes her money sometimes.
She degraded herself.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're right. No, I mean,
Ain't nobody make her put
hey,
that
listen.
shit on.
no, you're right.
You know what? This is prompted. We're gonna do a show that has to do with all aspects of social media, and we're gonna go there. Female, male-wise, we're gonna go there. That's gonna be a great show. Okay. Yeah. No, it's gonna be a great show because there's a lot to talk about. Because like she said, and I never even thought about that, like the women that you follow and that you look at, because I follow some women where I look at them. Well, I ain't taking you on no date. I just saw you was in Dubai.
Yeah.
So me taking you to TGI Fridays is not gonna hold any type of weight. So
but really, like a lot of these women go on group trips and get these group discounts and go to all these places. Real
Hey,
shit.
I know,
They do that and
Groupon
it
is
seems
real.
like to you, like, man, damn, she was just here and she there. Oh, she doing something. Somebody doing. But nah, not really. You can get a good discounted rate to go to a lot of these places.
You
can get a cruise to go to a lot of these places and seem a lot bigger. But I think a lot of times, like, they do that to try to attract the man that they really kind of want. Somebody that's gonna be like, all right, well, shit, she been in such and such and such. I gotta have this to date her. You know what I mean?
Or she just living her life.
She attracting that. I mean,
don't worry about people.
going for it.
Don't worry about keeping up with the Joneses. So
Y'all
real
gotta
quick,
give it to them, though. They just trying to have.
real quick, we got about 2 minutes. I want to talk about something real fast.
What?
The principal made a mandatory dress code for parents in Houston, Texas, when they take their kids to school.
Yep.
She actually
I'm
made
with
a parent go, not enter the school
I'm
building.
with it.
Yeah,
As well.
First of
I'm
all,
with it.
one of the things I heard was you can't wear leggings This is a woman's
thing.
Leggings is their thing.
Right.
Like grocery
wearing
store.
flared out leggings.
She must got
like
what you.
No, that's the
she must
go-to
ain't got
outfit.
no ass.
Like,
Yeah, but hold on, man.
gotta
And
do-
listen, if you're not built for leggings,
You know
I don't think you should wear them.
And that's why she don't want
no,
nobody
no,
to
no.
wear
We're
it.
I
not
don't
talking
think
about
you should wear
that.
it.
But she said pajamas. She said
Hair rollers,
hair rollers and all that
hairnets.
Some of
stuff.
these women are doing some
Hair
crazy.
rollers.
You gotta think.
Yeah,
like, I
you
think
can't.
somebody
I
put up a
don't
video
do that.
of it was a white lady. It was in her daughter's singing or something. She was in the front dancing. This ass just is shaking, dog. Someone actually
seen that
filmed
ass
it.
shaking?
Somebody actually
Yeah, saw it.
On a
dude was trying to film
white
his-
girl.
The dude was trying to film his child, but the
No,
lady
he
was in
was
the
not
front.
trying
No,
to
he
film
was not
that
filming
child,
his
man. He was filming
But
that
she was,
lady.
but she was right in the
filming that
front
lady.
shaking
Yeah.
her ass.
He
But
couldn't
Nah,
help but get the ass.
But this is the
why
difference.
not
though.
wear something?
No, Pound.
Yeah.
She was
More
dressed
suitable.
nice though. She had like a sundress
she
on, and it
was,
was
she
an
was.
outside Louis
A
fit.
sundress shaking your ass.
I watched that video about 10
tight.
times.
It
But
was kind of
listen,
tight a little bit.
listen.
All
This
right,
is
well,
but
whatever it
but the issue here was they were talking about just dropping your kids off at school.
Yeah.
That's all. They're
Just
not
showing
talking
up on
about.
school
Some are going
property.
in the school.
You got to be going in because if I'm just riding up, you can't tell.
Yeah,
me.
no, it's
Some
about
are going
Yeah.
in.
You
If
have
you're
little
like getting out the
kids.
car, coming up to the door.
Yeah,
coming to
you
the
walk
campus.
your kid like your third grade teacher. You
Yes.
know, some parents walk their kids to school,
And-
but you can't have no
It prevents
rollers.
bull- it
You can't have your
prevents
leggings.
bullying.
Come in
though.
respectful.
It prevents bullying too, because I know and to this day I still
Yeah.
remember certain students.
True.
I still remember from seeing their parents come to school, like, man, that's such and such. Remember his mother came to school with, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I understand that.
certain
But what if
kids-
your mother? What if your mother come to school in leggings and mama body right?
Hey, you better be.
Mama body right.
You better have a good gift to
I
gab.
remember them students too.
I remember them too.
But I think they
I
talking
promise
more
I
about
remember
coming
one
to
of them.
school with the dang on, curling that curlers in your head
What we
and
supposed to-
all dressed, all looking all
Personally,
plucked up.
personally, I don't believe in the dress code thing because, for one, I know how hard a mother's job is, and sometimes they got to get up and run and do stuff, and they might have somewhere to go next, or they got to get back home, or they have another kid they got to drop off. So you telling a mother to come to school and be dolled up and dressed up and right.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that because you don't know what's going on in that household. You don't know everything she has to do before
I
she
agree.
gets there.
No,
So-
I agree. I believe the dress code should only be applied to events and conferences.
Exactly.
You know, not just dropping your kid off. At least they dropped their kid off, you know? They could have stayed home and had their kids stayed home. I know a lot of parents who keep their kids at home, you know? I'm just grateful that they came to school. And then also, you know, it's all this attention is focused on this, you know, not focused on like the academic part of it, you know? Is this child getting straight A's when his mother drops him off to school with her leggings on? Then why is it a big deal?
Why doesn't matter?
You
How
know?
good is your school doing, Mr.
Exactly.
Principal?
Exactly. So look here. First of all, we'd like to thank Aaliyah
Thank
for being on
you.
the show today. I have a feeling that you're going to be back.
Thank you. I
A
hope
couple
so.
of more times you'll be back. You know, you add a certain dynamic that we need here sometimes because having four guys up here with all this estrogen is not healthy, and I don't really like it sometimes.
You need a balance.
I don't like sitting beside these niggas.
Because they
all
get
the
on my
time.
nerves sometimes.
That's
But,
This one right here won't stop.
But look,
That's all estrogen over there.
won't
This is
sit
all
still.
testosterone over here on this side.
I mean, damn, that's not bad. Testosterone. I don't.
No,
listen,
you said it right.
It's so hot in this world. I can't even get it together. But look here, we'd like to thank y'all for tuning in. Don't forget May 18th. We are live again at somebody say the name of the lounge.
Bellagio.
At Bellagio Lounge. We are live May 18th. Make sure y'all come out. You can go onto our Facebook group, our Facebook page. Check it out.
Hold up. Let her drop her. Tell everybody where they can find you at. Please.
Yeah.
Oh, you can find me on Instagram. It's Melanin Moments. That's MELANIN Moments. 01. That's on Instagram.
Okay. Facebook,
Yeah.
Twitter, you got all that stuff?
Facebook, Melanin Moments as well. MELANIN Moments 01 on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. So
All right, cool.
And you know what, real quick
That's
before
what's
we
up.
end the show, we have a quote on here. It's a quote or saying of the day. And I wasn't going to say it, but this is real and it's relevant to a lot of stuff that happened this past week. And it says, if you choose to make your business public, be prepared for the public to comment on your business.
Keep your business to yourself.
Think about it. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all check us out next week's Lounge Boys, 7 p.m. This is what we do. Peace.
We out.
Shake it fast.